Hello. So I thought I would come on and answer a question that I get asked a lot, and that is, how did I lose my limbs? So here goes. I lost my limbs all because I had a UTI that I didn't know I had, and it developed into sepsis. And the first inkling that I had of any possible UTI was when I got pain in my kidney. And I thought, maybe I've got a UTI and it's gone up to my kidneys. And I started getting pain in the left side of my back, which is why I'm doing that. So I was in Spain at the time and I went to the local hospital because I'd started to get quite unwell. And I thought, it's something more. I just, knew in my gut that there was something a little bit not right, and something different. I knew it was more than just a UTI. I went to the hospital and I speak a little bit of Spanish, so I said to them, dolor aquí. Stupidly, I didn't say pienso en infección or muy enfermo, which means I'm very ill, and the pienso infección, I think I've got an infection. I didn't say those because I didn't know how to say kidney or urine to say, I didn't say infection. So because I couldn't say kidney infection or urine infection, I didn't say infection. And I wish to God now I'd said infection, muy enfermo, I'm very ill, because maybe they might have done other checks. So all they did was x-rayed my back and sent me away saying nothing's broken. Well, I knew nothing was broken. I then, the following day, at some point, and I don't remember doing it, but my daughter found it on my phone, I'd screenshot from the translation app and I'd put in there, I think I have a urine infection, and I'd screenshot it into the Spanish translation. And apparently when my husband took me to the doctors, we showed him that and he made me do a urine sample, confirmed I'd got a UTI and gave us a prescription. And we went to the chemist to get the prescription and they said to my husband, we haven't got any in stock, come back tomorrow. So apparently we went home. I vaguely remember feeling really unwell and going to bed. And I remember waking up at 4 a.m. and telling him to take me to hospital because I was dying and shuffling out to the car. He had to help me. Now, I don't really remember going to the hospital. I just remember going to that window and saying, dolor aquí. I don't remember anything else of that visit. I don't really remember going to the doctors the next day, other than I remember trying to shuffle across the road. I don't remember seeing the doctor. Don't remember it. And then obviously my husband taking me to the hospital. So he was then made to go to, when he took me to the hospital, they took me through, he was made to go and wait in a patient waiting area. And they came to him 2 hours later with my bag of clothes and my jewellery, just gave them to him and said, she's got 2 hours to live, she could die. And he's in a strange country, doesn't speak the language, didn't really know what was going on. He just thought, oh, I'll take her to hospital, they'd give her antibiotics and she'll be coming home. Little did he know that I'd be in a coma for 9 weeks and in hospital for a total of nearly 8 months. So I ended up in a coma in Spain for 6 weeks before my daughter finally managed to convince my travel insurance to fly me back. And when I say finally manage, she'd been trying to get them to, and they kept saying, oh no, we can't foresee why she can't travel home on a commercial airline. And she absolutely lost it with them and said, look, I'm sick of this. How the hell, when somebody is wired up to all kinds of life-saving machinery, do you expect them to walk on an aeroplane? She's on life support and God knows what. So they went away and they phoned her back and they said, we're going to send an air ambulance, which they did. And it was a doctor from Germany. Apparently, he went into the room, took one look at me. He came outside to my husband and he said, I don't know how they work here, but we don't work like this. If I don't get her out of here today, she's going to be dead by tomorrow. So I was obviously in quite a bad state. He said he would take really good care of me, but there was a risk with the altitude going up and coming down, but that he would try and deliver me safely back to Milton Keynes Hospital, which he did. Then my daughters were waiting for me at Milton Keynes Hospital. They took me through and then they called my girls in and they took them into the office. And they were shocked because Spain had told them I had black digits, or they said necrotic digits, which is black, which basically means my fingers and toes were black. My arms were black, right up here. I would add photos, but it'd probably get banned from TikTok and every other social media. But my arms were black up here. I don't know if you can see the scarring on my arms, but it is quite bad. That's where they did the debridlement, they called it. And they basically take off that layer of skin, which was dead, but the skin underneath, or the rest of my arms were all right. They were healthy and everything. So at least I kept the full length pretty much of my arms. And then after they'd seen the doctor and he'd said, the next 24 hours are critical, she could die. They said, no, don't tell me that. They said that in Spain, and she's still here. She's going to survive. And here I am to warn other people about sepsis. I then went from Milton Keynes Hospital, once I was well enough, to Bedford Hospital to have my amputations. From there, I had to wait, I think it was just over 3 months before I could get to Roehampton in London. And I went to the Queen Mary's Hospital in London, and they are absolutely incredible. And I had to learn literally how to sit up, how to walk on my bottom, how to do everything for myself again, and find new ways of doing things, which I continue to do. But now I'm passionate about raising awareness of sepsis. I believe I was saved to warn people. And I want you to warn everybody you know. Share it on all your socials to people you don't know. Share any information about sepsis, because 11 million people die every single day from sepsis, and it's heartbreaking. There's no need. If you know the symptoms and you know you've got an infection and you start getting these symptoms, if you get to hospital and tell them, I've got sepsis symptoms, I need urgent treatment, hopefully they will listen. If they don't, make sure they listen. Don't go from the hospital until they actually treat you. But thank you so much for listening. Spread awareness like me. Don't let it become you. Don't become a statistic. Thanks for listening. Take care.